Before we dive into this, I need to say this loud and clear. Reading is personal. What doesn't work for me might be your favorite book, and that's okay. But some books are hyped up so much, you'd think they were written by the hands of angels until you actually read them. If you're into honest book commentary and deep dives into what makes a story truly powerful, hit that subscribe button and join this growing community of curious readers. Let's start with the elephant in every dorm room, The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. Holden Caulfield has become a literary icon, but for what exactly? His endless complaining, lack of growth, and disconnected musings might feel relatable to some teens, but for many readers, it feels more like emotional fog than emotional depth. Next up is Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert. Don't get me wrong, self-discovery is powerful, but this book often reads like privileged escapism dressed up as spiritual awakening. For many readers, it lacked grit, context, and awareness beyond one person's personal healing vacation. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Yes, the writing is poetic. Yes, the symbolism is rich. But is it really the great American novel? Or just a beautifully written story about shallow people doing shallow things in a broken society? For some, it's a masterpiece. For others, it's a mood piece with no heartbeat. Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. It was a global phenomenon, no doubt. But take away the glitter and obsession, and you're left with a concerning romance, flat characters, and a painfully passive heroine. It's not just the vampires that feel lifeless. The dialogue often does too. Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. A 1,000-page sermon on individualism wrapped in stiff dialogue and cardboard characters. To some, it's ideological gold, but to others, it's a literary chore, and a cold one at that. Normal People by Sally Rooney. Praised for its quiet intimacy and raw emotion. And yes, it has moments of beauty, but for some, the lack of quotation marks, emotionally stagnant characters, and endless miscommunication make it more frustrating than profound. 50 Shades of Grey by Yale James. Its impact on publishing can't be denied, but neither can its problematic relationship dynamics, simplistic writing, and misrepresentation of BDSM. It wasn't a romance. It was a red flag in paperback form. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F *CK by Mark Manson. With a bold title and blunt tone, it promises life-changing wisdom. But for many, it's just common sense advice packaged in sarcasm. There's value in tough love, but this book sometimes confuses edginess for depth. Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Gothic, dark, and dramatic, yes, but also deeply toxic. Heathcliff and Catherine's relationship is often romanticized, but it's fueled by obsession, revenge, and cruelty. Beautiful prose, but emotionally exhausting. And finally, The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown. A fast-paced thriller, sure, but critically, the writing is clunky, the characters are forgettable, and the plot twists often require more suspension of disbelief than a Marvel movie. It's more spectacle than substance. Books are sacred, even the ones we don't love. And let's be honest, sometimes the most popular books aren't the most powerful. And the most marketed stories? Not always the most meaningful. If any of these are on your bookshelf, that's okay. Love what you love. But let's keep the conversation honest.